And if you remember, last time we set up a little bit of sensing, if I remember correctly. If we put on the debugging, I think I made it so it detected... Uh-oh. Why has it got a red... Oh, is it because it's enemy? Oh, maybe it's not doing what I thought it would do. Hold on, hang on. Didn't I have to eject for it to work? I can't remember. There was something where... Hold on. Didn't I do like a spectator pawn or something? Don't I have one here? Did I get rid of it? I can't remember. It's been a while since we did the last one, so just give me a brief moment. Default pawn. Was it that one? Try that. Am I going to assume that one? No. No. So we did a thing where it would pick up on... I could press a button for sounds as well. But I can't remember what it was. N for noise? Oh yeah, it's turning. You see it's seen the noise. Oh, is it? Hang on, right there. Is it because I've selected the wrong pawn perhaps here? I don't know how you choose what you want to be debugging. Because at the moment it's not showing anything, right? Because it's not select. Debug actor is the testing pawn. Hang on. The testing pawn's not even in the level. Oh, yeah, it's... Oh, did I add it? Is that what this is? Oh, I did add it in by accident. That's probably causing some of the issue. Or maybe, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, okay. Apostrophe, let's go into this. We just want the perception. There we go. Okay, this is the sort of thing I was looking to see. So there's the sight of it. I don't know why it's not walking towards us. I can't remember why. But essentially, it can detect us. You can see these orbs following us. And if we go out of sight, you'll see the last orb will be like here before I went behind the wall. And then I think we're pressing N to make a noise as well. Yeah. So you can see it can hear the noises, but there's certain ranges you could go out of to make the noise as well for it to detect. And the bit I was struggling with was like, how do we process that data? Now, I've forgotten exactly how I set this up, and I don't want to waste too much time going into that because it doesn't particularly matter right now. I actually played a game with branched path. A branched path yesterday? What do you mean by branched path there? Sorry, dude. Okay, so what we wanted to look at was how I set this up. So was it what controller were we using? I've forgotten. Character simple 2, which derives from... Oh yeah, it's going to be based on the controller of it, I guess, right? So this is all the behavior tree stuff, so it's not going to be in there. It's either the simple controller there or pet owner. I think I was using the simple. Let's go in here. Does it have a stimuli thing? So I remember the stimuli thing. So basically you can put a stimuli like source onto another actor so that the perception of the controller can pick up things, but it picked up players automatically. And I think my conclusion was that pawns will automatically be detected. But this is for adding on to general actors that you want to be picked up by the sensing. Oh, branching in that way. Yes, Brainoid, I know what you mean. I know the jam game you mean as well, and you know that I really liked it. But Brain, if it means anything to you, I know I'm busy at the moment, or I'm not managing to put much energy into dev outside of work for the last 2 weeks, but I have been like craving that idea of like, let's just do an hour of game dev every day and let's just like work on fun stuff towards a game jam. So the thought, there's little hints of hope in me, mate. I also need to decide what we want September's monthly game dev challenge to be. Oh. Okay, was this the 1K? Is this into event tick? Is whatever I had where you pressed N to make the noise. Oh, that would be on the default pawn though, right? Because it's been made by the character, I think. Might have been in this. Yeah, loud noises. Oh, now I get you, Brainoid. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, should we do UI then, mate? UI could be a nice change of pace. Let's do it. Let's make some awesome UI. Well, let's get upset at how the UI is handled in Unreal, and then do our best to clumper together what we can. Yeah, I personally quite enjoy UI, as you know, because I find it's quite isolated from gameplay, and so you can kind of just like work on it without interfering with other people's work in a jam, which is nice. But normally, because I don't know how to do as much as you, I tend to do the UI, and it might be nice for you if you wanted to do it. Don't slice yourself 9 times, Brain. We can't handle that. Okay, so I need to try and just briefly remember where... So let's go to our behavior trees, right? Somewhere I'm using the sensing information, and I can't remember where. So these are decorators. Would it be in the simple one? It probably would be in the behavior tree for this. Testing perception. Set location by insight target, and then move to. Okay. And then if insight is changed... Oh yeah, why is this not working, I wonder? Is this another case of the bloody... We've had issues before with the... We might end up needing to debug what's going on, if I'm honest with you. What's the game mode set as at the moment? Maybe that would be useful as well. So we just quickly go to... Has our world settings been overridden in here? No. Okay, so let's go to our project settings and go to maps and modes and see. We've got this. Dance default pawn should be spawned, right? Let's just test that to begin with. It's been a while. Do I have a dance default pawn in here? BP dance default pawn. Yes, we do. Let's F8 and let's just click on it so we can see it. There it is. Fantastic. So it could be because we're high up that it's not coming for me potentially. Okay, it's moving now. Yes, so I'm now on the nav. Okay, so if I move behind it, it can't see me anymore. But if I make some noise, it does find me. There we go. That's what we got to. So I think it wasn't... Hello. Get out of my face. Let's get the debug open, shall we? And we want to put out the sensing. So if I move away from this quickly, it still sees me. It's a sneaky. But if you can see, this is the cone of vision that it's got. It's got like a 90-degree cone of vision here. Interestingly, when you specify the... it's 180, sorry, not 90 degree. When you specify the cone of vision, you put in 90, but it does like 90 either side. So it gives you 180, which is a bit confusing, but... Yeah. Well, no, the ninth one would probably be... It'd have to be a non-fatal ninth one. Maybe just the tip of his tail. How's Fatma? And how are you, mate? So, yeah, this is working as I thought it was before now. So as long as we're on the floor by it, it should detect us. So before I was flying too high, and so my position was not on the nav mesh. So if we want to see roughly what's going on, we can click on this and close this. Let's pop this off, shall we? And let's have a look in here. And then we can go back to our character. So if we run out of the way, right, there we go. So at the moment, it doesn't have a target. But if I press N, it does have a target. And we need to look, how is that set at the moment? So that's our first step. And you see how it stops going towards the spot when you move. And the reason for that is that, you see that little red line there? That represents that this is failing. So when it loses sight of us, it no longer has a target set. So something's driving that logic too. And that allows our character not to look stupid and just like chase where it would have been, even though I've just run away from it, right? So yeah, that's cool. I'm happy that we got this working how we had it last time. Now, I need to remember where we set this logic then, right? I tell you what, let's close all these tabs because they're only going to confuse me. So this Blackboard value is going to be controlled by the controller pretty much, right? The controller is the thing that has the Blackboards. So we need to find what is the Blackboard that our AI simple controller, as AI, BP AI controller simple. This is it. This must be it. So where's my sensing component? Oh, maybe it's on whatever has the sensing component, actually. So maybe on the AI character instead. So let's go and have a look. AI character simple. Do we have a perception? We do. Oh, would you look at this? So what I was getting upset about before is I felt I had no way from this stimuli to work out what type of stimuli it was. Was it vision or was it audio? And it felt really dumb. But I was reading some of the documentation yesterday. And yeah, I found that you can look for only certain types of information. And also that it presents information to you in an array based on the order that you specify things here. So I will have an array with two things in it. The first one's going to be sight. The second one's going to be hearing. And that's a real subtlety to this as well that we need to be aware of. Brainoid says, we are good. I'm happy I found some time to play. Yeah, me too, dude. So what was the game you played with the branching, did you say? Oh, do you know what, Brain? It came up on Steam recommending it to me because you played it recently. It was right in the middle saying recommended because Brainoid played it. So I did actually have a little look at it. I think it came up here. No. Really? What is this? The Last of Waifus? Is this really a... Oh my gosh. Anyway, I did see it. I'm not going to look further for it. Yeah, it was like a nice pixel art style. I remember that much to it. Alrighty, so what did we end up going with then? Oh, is this the bit where we're setting the target location? Has target? What are we setting in here? Insight target. So insight target is an object. So we need to find where we're changing that. How's target insight? No, I don't think that any of this is plugged in. No, none of that is plugged in. Okay, this is what we were using then. Actually, was it? No. Where are we setting that insight target then, I wonder? Aha! There's another one. Okay, so on perception updated, we went through here and we basically just said we want to set insight target to be, this is true or false. So we set it to null if there's nothing, if it wasn't a successful sense, sorry. Or we set it to this, yeah. And I think what we probably wanted to do was something, we might want to have some logic in here. Let's just write maybe some logic to only change if object value is null. So essentially, if you're chasing a target, that you don't just go and chase a different target when they get close to you. You want to finish, you've got business to finish with your target, so to speak. Holy smokes, it's the wonderful Spacey. All of the wonderful people are here today. And they have real-time lights in pixel art, sun position and everything. I saw a post on Twitter, Brainoid, that used it. It was like a sprite-based game that you could rotate around in 3D, but they had like dynamic lighting on it as well. It might be similar to that. One thing I've noticed with pixel art is like when you see other people do it, you think it's simple, but it's really hard to do well, and it's very time-consuming as well, isn't it? No, Spacey, that is standard. Watermelon, even though it's bigger than your belly, you can easily just smash one, it seems. Now, the next step is to eat one without slicing it, right? Like a snake. Just be there for days, slowly letting it pass through your body. Oh, I didn't even post I was live as well. Apologies. I need to be better at this. We are doing monthly game dev challenge. Finale. Okay, sweet. Nice slice in the water. Spacey, does that not sound a good idea to you? I think it sounds glorious. I, for one, think you are a wimp for not taking it. Not me on the challenge, sorry. Don't eat me whole, please. I have so much more to give. Okay, so we're happy with how this is working, right? But what I got upset about at the end of last stream was it just felt like, what if I wanted only sound things? So I got told, well, I read on the documentation at least, that there is a function that allows you to work out whether it's just the sound or not. So if we go perception, where's our perception in here? Get currently perceived actors, and you can specify a type, is what they were telling me. I mean the notes. Here, sense to use. Would you look at that? Excellent. So this is the kind of thing that I overlooked last time. So if we want to do hearing, we could do this and we could iterate over it then, right? Yeah, that would... So I wonder how we'd do that. I mean, would we do it in here? On updated? And just check if... should we just do a branch? Sorry, it's been a while. Oh, you can't... Sorry, I need to do a branch separately. Okay, let's just do another... Type, Daniel. You've got this. Okay. So in here, we're going to do a branch based on the number of this. So we want to know, does the count of this, or the the length, is this greater than 0? So do we have anything in there? If we do, currently perceived, that means we are perceiving them at the moment as well. So let's start simple, shall we? Let's just say sense, let's just do a print. Let's make this a little larger, and we will say sense updated, nothing to here. And in here, we'll just do the same thing. Well, let's put this 5 seconds so we get it. We'll change it to a negative color so our brain can associate it a bit quicker. Pink isn't negative. Oh dear. He's upsetting all the pink viewers in chat now. I halved it and used the spoon so I wouldn't have to bother my left hand. Oh, your hand's still injured. A beautiful button background. Well, maybe we'll just get Spacey on UI, huh? Spacey, how do you feel about Ludum Dare? Are you participating this year? Well, you got through the last one. That's the only consolation I can really give you, Spacey. I know it's not nice. I heard something here, because it currently hears something. Okay, let's just see this, shall we? See what happened. Happens. Talk, Daniel. Okay, so basically, sensing updated, nothing to hear here, right? So let's get a little lower. Oh, it's not even going to move towards now. Okay, so if I go out here, it wasn't a hearing-based one. If I make noise, though, loud noises, senses updated, I hear something. Fantastic. Oh, hold on. So how long does it last, I wonder? So can you see, it does say I hear something now. So I wonder, is there an expiration on how long? Because I'm just going in and out of sight. I wonder how long it is until you forget about it. Yeah, I'm saving my holiday in work because I might have like a chunk of holiday I need to take for some occasion. But if that doesn't happen, then I will take a couple of days around Ludum Dare again. Yes, vocals, Spacey. We'll make you famous. So is it still now? Still hear something. Okay, so we want to know this list that we've made in here. Currently perceived actors. When does it drop these out? It might be down to the perception itself. Maybe there's some time on this. Oh, on a movement, hearing. Sense. Hearing. Hearing range. Max age. Maybe you never forget about it. Do you remember the sense before? Forgotten. 0 means never. Well, flipping heck, we figured it out. Okay, so if we want it for 5 seconds, let's give that a go then, shall we? Do you see that? Sometimes I can figure stuff out on my own. So we're going to press N to make a noise. It sensed us. I'm going to go inside. It can still knows that I'm there, but it's been around 5 seconds. You can see now it's been kicked from the list. Okay, that's awesome. I'm happy with that, because that means we do have that information available to us, and we are able to just get specific information out in that manner. Now, there's one more area I want to explore with it. I'm wondering what there's a way you can do it where you get all of them, and it's an array of... Okay, hold on. Let's look at perception. It's an array which is indexed based on the order of the senses config. Do you want me to do Adele or Rihanna? I want to have the sass of Rihanna, but the heartfelt touch of Adele. Oh, there's another pink member in the chat. The book snail. And book snail, that sounds a good idea. All right, so we were looking at the perception again in here. So get known. So the register and unregister is basically you can make a sense. You know how you add things here? You can unregister them periodically. So if you throw like oil over someone's eyes, like in Mario Kart, you could make them not perceiving vision for a while, for example. But I think you have to set it up to begin with for it to be able to do that. That's definitely true for the stimuli you make. The when you can put in a sensing stimuli component. Stimuli. This AI perception stimuli source. That you need to set up what type of things firsthand, and then you register them when you need them to. Be yourself is all that you can do. Brainoid, did you listen to that song that gave me vibes of One True Love? It's okay if you didn't. We live busy lives. I didn't look at that bloody Alicia Keys video you sent me yet. I saw it on my phone. I was like, right, I'll look at this on the computer. Completely forgot. It doesn't sound instantly like it, but it's just, I had those little hints that just make me feel like... Liam, is that you? Liam Japeth? Okay. So what I was trying to do then was trying to see where this array exists that has both sight and hearing in it. So it might just be if we don't specify it. Get actor's perception. What's this? Whatever has been sensed about a given act. No. Does that just put them all in one array though, or is it an array of an array? Of arrays, sorry. Brainoid, you might have done this. I don't know if you remember it. Like, if we have two sensing things, it stores like the results in the same order, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember exactly how or where. Well, let's just try get currently perceived actors with all of them. What have we got? Get perceived actors, get currently perceived actors. What's the difference between currently perceived? If sense to use is none, all actors will be perceived. Let's try both of these. Yeah, I remember we looked at that tutorial together, but I've completely forgotten it. Currently perceiving will get fetched. Maybe this includes ones that that you remember as well. Perhaps that's what it is. I'm not too sure. Because there's that sense of remembering within this perception system too. Okay, so it says if it's none, it'll get all of them. So what's in this array? Can we iterate over it? For each, the array element is just an object, right? So it just gives us actors though. Yeah, what if there's multiple? I don't feel this is exactly what I'm trying to do. I think I've seen it without the tag system. That's... Hold on. Maybe we should do a little bit of research. Oh gosh, that's bright, isn't it? AI perception. I think that there's a little docs thing on it. Was this the guy we watched? Brain, it might have been. Although I feel I shouldn't be watching the content. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. The noise. Yeah, I'm not going to watch it as such. I just want to skip through. So what do they have? They have sight. Are they adding hearing here, right? I remember that noise at the start of it. Yeah, yeah. Obnoxious. In fairness, though, like Tom Lumen, who is a good instructor, he has the most obnoxious, like, starting intro to his tutorial. Every single tutorial video in his Udemy series, and it's obnoxious. The sound isn't awful, but it's like 4 times as loud as his voice. I hate it. I don't need you to hurt my ears every time a new video starts. You jagaloon. I don't care if some people get sleepy and they need to wake up. That's their problem. Don't hurt my ears. Stupid. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to look through here. They've added 2. What sort of stuff are they doing in here then? So they're just casting a normal player at this point, right? This is on target perception updated. We get no information. This is kind of what I ended up doing, right? But there's no information about it was this seen or was this heard. Okay, let's see whether it changes up a bit. Okay, this bit here, this looks interesting. Oh, was it each one of these? Maybe each actor had a stimuli location and that was an array of based on the order. Maybe that's what it was. If you're wondering as well what Dan is listening to today, I'm listening to some wonderful classic music. This song's really nice. Anyone's interested? Let's get you some classic in chat, shall we? I'm enjoying a bit of cello at the moment. Really nice stuff. Okay, so I think this is what we were looking for then. You know what, stuff it, we're just going to listen to this part of the video. Just because I can't remember exactly. So we're just going to watch it quickly. Thank you very much. Please go and check out his channel. I don't take credit for this work. Ryan Laley is the author.
Of actors. In that list, we're going to spit out an actor reference, and for each one of those, we want to get the AI perception of each one. So to do that, we're going to drag your AI perception component out, drag out from there, and you want to get actor's perception.
He has a very similar accent.
And this will be getting the actor goes into here, sorry, and it will retrieve.
It is Ryan,
yes. Has been sent.
Ryan Laley.
Okay, so basically, what this is doing here, it will break. We'll get this stimulus away from the sense of what the sense has been triggered. The info is the sense, so we want to right click and split that. And we've got the target of it, and also got the last sense stimuli, which is an array. What we're going to do is do a for each loop on each one of those.
Tell us about the array. I think I remember what this is the bit.
And plug that in like so.
Hey, Crew Castle.
Now we've got an array element, which is
a
stimulus source.
Sorry, I realised my microphone's picking up the audio as well. Apologies. I'll mute the mic for a little bit.
Array. What we're going to do is do a for each loop on each one of those. And plug that in like so. So now we've got an array element, which is an AI stimulus source. So here we can break that to get access to something familiar, which is all the AI data, the stimulus data we need. Now, previously we put a tag on our noise, say noise, and that noise is what we're going to that tag is what we're going to compare it with to determine whether or not we heard the player or we've seen the player.
Maybe it's not.
The tag here, we're going to go equals equals, and we're going to type in the word noise, and this is going to go into a branch. So if it is noise, we noise. So on the behavior tree here, we need to make another branch. Noises tree, Blackboard, done plenty of times. One more stop. First variables. So name our will go back up the.
This isn't it. It was a bit where they talked about you get it in the same order as when you set them up, but I don't think we're getting it here, unfortunately. We might try and have a look through the docs. I was talking to a colleague or a friend about it today who I work with, and they told me that it is in the, because I said it's not in the docs. They said it is. It's buried deep in there. I mean, I could add some keywords to my search criteria to try and help. Damage sensing. Can you view the playlist? I've complained about this before. Is this the view the playlist? Or is that play later? I don't know what that means. Is that playlist? No, add to queue. Eek. I complained about this before. Does anyone remember? It's a common thing I want to do. I want to go to the playlist this is from. I find it difficult to do. Does anyone remember how to do that? If anyone knows, let me know quickly. Otherwise, I'll just... Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel that the UI should allow me to go to this playlist. It really should. This is just saving it. It's not going to be that, is it? That's going to be like, what do you want to save it as? No. Silly, isn't it? All right, we'll have to just go to his page and do it ourselves. No, no problem. No problem. Thank you for trying to help. Playlists. It's just like, I don't know, maybe no one else has that issue. Maybe it's just what I kind of fancy doing, and maybe other people don't use YouTube that way. Was it called AI? Or maybe artificial intelligence? Issued to AI. Did that one. 12? I don't know if that's the same one. No. Nope. Below on the right, you said. Ah, this down here, thank you. Oh no. Alright. It could be in damage sensing, that's the only one. I can't imagine you to explain it before we get all of them added in. So this is our last hope. Again, I'll try not to play his video because it's his content, but...
If you haven't done it yet, you want to delete this, okay? The reason why we delete that is because it's very specific just to the player character. We want to make this a bit more advanced and a bit more detailed.
Top
The
geezer.
next thing we need to do is change how this bottom one works. Okay, this
What's the bottom one?
updated perception updated.
Sorry, the quality is
So I'm going to turn
rubbish
the
at the
majority
moment.
of this into a function, and the bit I'm going to turn into function is going to be everything up to.
Oh. That's the thing where it's checking the noise again, isn't it?
If this, then this. If this, then this. If not, do this, and so forth. It's easy if I just show you. So if I click on Add Pin, 0 comes up.
Right, what's coming? What you do with this?
Dead,
Let's see the behavior you
0,
get.
like so. The Boolean value.
Just give us a bit more.
Fantasy player, I want sense, and this will go from local sense into the ball here.
This could be it, and we might need to go back. Sorry about this skipping around the
Therefore,
video.
1 on this switch refers to our hearing.
Yes.
So we can drag that into the hearing node.
This is it.
Hearing.
Okay.
So,
So let's mute this a sec, so you don't have to listen to me skip around. What's he switching on into? Come on, get back. Okay, so he goes for each of this senses function that he just made. Is he in the function at this point? Complete senses, is that?
to a function. So drag off of there and promote to local variable.
I don't know what the arrays getting passed into this is. Sorry about this, people. Get actors from perception. That's what he's doing. And then he's getting the index of it. I mean, what? So we get the actors. Get actors perception is the first step. Let's that for now, right?
Complete. No.
And then he makes a function called complete senses, and in that he goes through each one, and he has like can see player and all that jazz in there. Oh, is this where he's ends up making that switch? Oh, the switch is in that function. Okay, so 0 is sight and 1 is hearing. Okay, sweet. So I'm guessing it would just be an empty. Okay, what's the name of the function? Get actors perception. So let's have a look at what we get from this. This is the last thing we're doing with the perception anyway, so it's all good. Right, get actors perception. This. Okay, so if we get the perception component here, you could split that if you wanted to get, okay, and for last sense, array of AI stimulus structures. Okay, so let's, for now, I guess we can borrow this and just chuck this into here. So we'll do it on tick, which probably isn't great, but actually it's not on tick, it's on perception updated, right? So what we want to do kind of is work out what's in here. So we should have 2 elements each time, I'm guessing. I'm just wondering how we can print that information. So let's just do it for each. And the array element, can we break AI stimulus into what we're used to seeing, right? But we know one of them is sight and one is hearing. So we're going to have to yes, we can for now just make a crappy local variable, which will be our an integer that's going to store let's just call it our perception count for now. Like so. And I want to use that to count each time we go into this, basically. So before we do this, let's just do a set. So set it to 0 to begin with, and then we want to go out here. We're going to go through this, and each time we go through one, we want to increment it. Oh, flipping no, you can get the array index. That's what I was looking for. All right, we don't need that, but I'm not going to delete it because I can't be bothered. Hello, Fatless. Welcome. So what do we want to do in this? I guess for now, we just want to debug it, right? Just to see if it's working how we expect it is. So we're probably going to want to concatenate some stuff in here. So first off, we're going to take the index. I mean, we might want to, actually, we might do a switch like they did, like the guy did, actually. I don't really use switch statements. No, it's not. It's a proper switch. Do they not have a... Oh, you need to say what you're switching on. Switch on int? So can we just put this array index in here? Okay. So in here... This will still be here. Okay. So we want for 0 and 1. Yeah, we're gonna have to do 2 different sentences. We can't make 2 different ones of these for the different inputs. That's okay. Sorry, just bear with me. I kind of know what I'm doing in my head. Welcome, Fatness, to the Discord as well. Thank you for joining. So we went from the dog to the elephant. The dog was just after a random session where we came across the idea of a banana eating a dog, which was great. And then we looked up a bunch of different animals and creatures eating bananas. It was a very strange experience, and he became a little mascot for fun there. But the elephant came from a different reason. The elephant I've had as like the sub icon in that for a while, just because I adopted an elephant once after I got upset with someone in chat who was talking about buying an elephant as a pet. They might have been joking, but I took it seriously. And yeah, and we do the Africa used to be our little raid call. We'd put on the Africa tune by Toto. The rains fall down. We bless the rain down in Africa. So that's Africa elephant. He kind of goes together as well. That's cool. Nice to meet you. What you work in UE4? I remember you here last time asking if I was worked in UE4, but I don't think I found out what you do. Okay, so if it's 0, I basically want to go in and say hearing, I guess. So I think it's sight. Let's have a look. I forgot the order I put in. Yes, sight. And I'll go off there. And if it's 2, we're just going to go. We'll get another append. This will be hearing. Whack that into there. Do you need a default? Maybe you do. So let's just do it. I don't even think it'd get there, actually. No, I don't. Let's just put W2F because it shouldn't get there. Okay, and then what do we want to take? I guess we can pass in this. Can we just say true or false? Passing in rather than the index, because with the index we're handling over here, so we no longer need that. Okay, so whenever the sensing updates, it should now... Oh, flip, Dan. I forgot. Sorry. Oh, come on. I hate you. I hate you, Blueprint Graph. Like any other good leader, just seem confident in what you're doing and people won't question it. Yeah, I mean, that is... It's almost the point, but I think there's some exceptions of people being confident at the moment where the whole world thinks they're stupid. But let's not get into politics, eh? Okay, so it gets the current actor's perception. The actor is... The target is the perception component of this actor. I guess you could give an actor instead if you wanted. And it'll go through... I don't know what info target is. And then we'll go through each one of these, and we should have one for hearing and one for vision. So we're going to have sight first and then vision, I think. Pretty sure of it. Okay. So what we want to see now is whether or not the true and false changes and whether we get 2 printouts per time something is sensed. We need to make sure we can be sensed to begin with. Uh-oh. Doesn't seem to be able to... Oh, hold on. Hold on, why wouldn't it be seeing me at the moment? What if I change that's going to stop it from doing that? Well, the behavior tree, it's no longer getting that set, right? But the senses should still be happening. We still should be getting this. Let's chuck a little breakpoint on this, shall we? Save, compile, all of that jazz. If in doubt, save, compile everything as much as you can. Best advice. All right, what have we got in here then? So if we F10 forward, have we got an array? Oh, it's got nothing in it. Did it just have nothing in it? Okay, let's get our debug info up and try and figure out what the flip is going on. Okay, so it is seeing me, right? If we want it, there's a way to show control plus tab. You can see debug messages coming up still. Okay, so it's been updated because we just went out of sight of it, right? So when we go into this now, are we gonna... It doesn't go any further than that. So we're getting nothing in here. Oh, I don't get how this is working then, in which case. I wish I could just see what's in here. I hate debugging with blueprints. We want to get the array index of this. Oh, are we doing nothing when complete? Is that a problem? I mean, I don't think we need a complete, to be honest with you. I don't think it works like that. So why would it not be? I'm not very... I mean, the tools are satisfying. There's quite a lot built in for you, but my understanding of how to like make complex behavior from them is not very satisfied at the moment. That's I'll get that through learning and playing with it. At the moment, it's more just exploring the tools available. What have you been up to, Crude? Other than befriending the local rats? Yes, we remember, Crude. I mean, we ever can just make sure that it's not just a debugging thing here going. Okay, it said complete, so it finished. Let's get rid of this. We know that's hitting resume. Just says complete every time. Yep. Complete. So it's not actually got an array of anything. Yeah, and that's what these monthly sessions are about. We're not trying to make a game or anything cool. We're just trying to like play with the tools and learn about them. which is exactly what's happening here. I am not sure why. Do I need to give it an actor as well? Let's have a look at the video, see if there's anything obvious I missed out. He might have had an arrow to both. Yeah, he's got the actor. Hang on. Oh, hold on. There's a tiny step I missed here. What's this first bit here? I don't know what that first bit of the loop is, the event that he's hooking into. We might see a little later on. Bear with me, sorry. Blah, 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 blah. This. On perception updated. And then he loops over the updated actors. Okay, that's the... On target percent. Okay, so there's a difference. There we go. We're learning. It's okay. Let's get rid of this connection for now then. Let's stop it to begin with. Okay, so on perception. It's because we're not coming off of... Actually, no. Where's the bloody events? Or is it the overrides we need to do with the functions? Override. No? On perception updated. I've got it already, that's why it's not bloody letting me. So what's this one doing already? We got the actors, we're doing nothing with this at the moment. Okay. Bold when list of actors detect changes are added or removed. Okay, we're going to borrow you. Making a mess. It's okay. There we go. I'll forever be the rat guy. I mean, you can get promoted if you want. Moved to another part of the country for a job. Got sent home for 2 months because of COVID. Got fired, man. Oh. Considering moving again. Skating, martial arts, volunteer work and arts. That's things you've been up to. Was it sad news for you that you got fired? Or do you have other plans and it's not too impactful for you? Okay, so we want to go through for each one of these. Then we want to get the perception. So it stores a perception against each... Oh, each actor has a perception thing on it? I'm not even sure how that works. So the actor and the target is that, right? And then we go ahead and do that stuff. All right, let's see if that gives us different results, and then let's try and think about it afterwards, I guess. Yeah, okay. So we're now getting... Is it going to get 2 elements? I guess let's continue. Yes. False hearing, false sight. Let's go out of here. Okay, we probably don't need to breakpoint on these anymore. At least we know they're getting hit. Oops, I meant to resume. False hearing, false sight. True sight. Okay, good. False sight. If I press N for noise. True hearing, false sight. And it should expire after 5 seconds. Will that update it again for me, I think? Yeah, false hearing, false sight. Hey! We got some bloody thing working. Congratulations, us. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, by the way. It sucked to be fired. It's a nice place, but hey, I don't have any commitments like children, etc. So at least it's... Yeah, you're right. Well done on looking at the positive as well. Okay, no, that's good. So that was the one thing that was missing at the end of last stream, was the ability to kind of differentiate between hearing and sight. And we have discovered, let's try and make sense of what we've done then. So within our character controller, we have an event called Perception Updated. I love the comment there. We might want to move this to BP AI Perception component. Come on. Okay, so that's by Epic, that is, by the way, that comment. So we have updated actors. So this is the perception of our simple character, right? And so this is coming from this AI perception thing. So our perception component, we have an array of actors that we've updated. I think this is only going to have one thing in it then. So this will be like what actors we've detected, and then this has, right, that makes more sense. Let me check a breakpoint on that just to verify that is how it's working. Save, compile. Just resume past that. So every time there's a detection, this should only hit once. Resume. Yes. Once. Uh-oh, we're kind of stuck because it keeps detecting me. Okay, that's great. So, yeah, this is only going to go through once, which is great. This thing. There's only one. You can see it. Thank you. Okay, so we can see Dan's default pawn 0 is what we've got in this array. Lovely. So let's go forward. Is it frame skip or... Hold on. Step over. Like when I'm debugging code, I know what to press, but these I'm getting confused. Okay, can we get this now? No. Why don't you give me that info? Doesn't give us any of that, does it? That's what I don't like about... Maybe there's no like blueprintable way. Maybe you have to code a way so blueprints can display the contents. And an array of actors has it, but an array of these don't. Maybe that's why it doesn't. That would make sense. We'll get 0 information from this as well. Okay, but I feel... Uh-oh. No. Resume. I feel I understand what's happening though, which is great. And that's really what I wanted to catch up with on this little part before we go on to the EQS. So just to finally conclude, what's happening here is our AI perception component, which is on our AI character, and it's part of the this asset here. You can see we've added this perception component here. This has some events that it will be able to hook into. We've hooked into the, not target perception updated, but on perception updated. I'm not too sure what the target one does differently to it. But this will say anytime your list of perceived actors is updated in any way, call this event. We go over every actor that we've perceived. And then we will go ahead and get the perception from that actor. So we need to tell it, this is the AI perception that we've got. This is this component. And here's the actor we want to know about within that component, I'm guessing. So this is a function of AI perception where we say we want to get their perception. And then from that, we're able to then read, and one by one, we basically get them in the same order as we got here, sight and hearing. So the first, if the index is 0, we know it's sight. And if the index is 1, it's going to be hearing as well. It's Devout. How you doing, wonderful person? You got lots of nice people in today. I appreciate you all coming in and saying hi. Sweet. Okay, I'm quite happy that we've explored that now. I think, excuse me. One thing that I'd like to do is to have a little look at the EQS system now for an hour or so before we wrap up.